Alright, now we're going to create a path around our shape. And just like the map above, you want to use as few points as possible, but you really want to think about where you're going to place those points. Now, when I scanned this artwork a long time ago, I have a really ragged anti-aliased edge. So I do not want to recreate all of this sort of rolling or ragged edges. I want straight lines and I want curves. Okay, so where I have curves, that's fine, but where we have just this sort of ragged bitmap edge, that's not our intent right now. Now, we certainly could do that and make this look more hand-drawn, but I'm going to try to make this as clean as possible. So let's begin with our pen tool. I want to make sure I have a stroke and not a fill selected, and my weight for the stroke will be 1 point for right now. So now it's just a matter of where do I start, and I think that's individual preference, all right? But I think I'll start more towards the top and I'll work my way around clockwise. So I'll probably start right here, and then I'm going to go here, and I'm clicking points on either side of where I plan to have curves. So I'm just going to move my way around. Now this part, how many points am I going to need? I'm going to try to do this with as few points as possible. So I'll put one here, and then we'll come down, and this will be a tough one. I think I'll do points like this. Now we'll go right here, and on both sides here, and then I will complete my path. So I think we would all agree this is awful, not even close. But that's okay, we're just blocking in the points. Don't worry about the curves. Get the points in, get the basic shape in. Now I'm going to zoom in. I'll get the convert tool, and I'll begin to change my anchor points, these stationary points, to Beziers. Now, I'm not going to hold the shift key. I'm going to do this more freeform. And I'll just go around each point, and I'll do my best to keep my line straight. So I'm trying to keep the handles straight. Alright? So as I pull these out, I want my handles to stay straight with the rest of my artwork. So as an example, let's get this pulling out the right way. I want this one to stay straight, and I'll get a pretty good curve there. Alright, so let's go down. Let's make sure now I want the opposite handle. Okay, the one on the right hand side, I want that one to stay in line the best I can. Maybe like so. Now we'll do this one. Now I'm going to stay in line to the bottom. Okay. Now the one on the top, we'll try to stay in line. Now we'll do the same with this. Actually, we won't, because the one towards the bottom is kind of messed up. So I'm just going to pull this one out to get it into basic position. Then let's zoom out, and we'll bring this curve in, and I'll just get it close. So I like what's happening with the top, so I'm going to stay with that. Then I'll get the white arrow, and I'll continue to drag on the bottom handle, because the top one will stay fixed, and we're just going to drag out the bottom a little bit. Nice. Let's go ahead and get our convert tool, and I'm going to do my best to keep the curve on the right in position and not move it too much. Okay, now let's bring some curve into the top, just a little, just to get the curve going. Now we'll go to this anchor point, spin it around, and I just want to get the basic curve in, you make up your mind. Is it the top or is it the bottom that you're going to try to get correct? So I'm going to go for the top first. That's pretty close. Now get the white arrow, click on the bottom handle, and we'll change the curvature and the bias of the bottom. That's pretty good. Alright, let's zoom in, not out. Get the convert tool. Now, which side will I start on? Well, this is a curve, this one's straight. Let's go with the straight, because that will be the easiest one to keep straight, if you will. Alright, now this one, I'm not even going to add a curve on the other side because these two just came together very nicely. That worked out perfectly fine. I just need to fix what's up here, so let's zoom in. So it's a little clunky right here. So I can choose or select my point, maybe move my point a little bit. Then I have a decision to make on how I'm going to adjust this. I'll just pull this handle down and then out a little bit, like so. So this looks pretty good. Something over here may have moved a little bit, so let's just go, look, I'll zoom out. And actually, that all looks pretty good overall for how quickly we've gone through this. Let's do the top now. Alright, so we'll select, get our convert tool. I'll probably do this one. I'll try to pull to the right hand side and keep this straight. Just pull this path out just a little bit. Then I'll go ahead and do something similar with this. I'll pull, but this time I have to pull my point up, but it's the bottom handle that I want to go straight with the line underneath, so I'll pull this back. So I'm just trying to get a nice curve in this so I don't get kind of a chunky edge on either side or a lump in it. And that's pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to get the black arrow, select my shape, and then I'll swap my stroke for a fill. And then we'll zoom out, and that actually doesn't look half bad. Alright, so in the next video we'll look at doing the R.